The third and race on the three race short track swing brings us to the shortest and the slowest of the tracks, Martinsville, Virginia. Martinsville Speedway is where we're at here today. As we are here today for the running of the STP 500. It is 75 laps of action, much like we saw at Bristol, except this track is shorter than Bristol and it is flatter than Bristol as well. We had a not a bad race at North Wilkesboro, the last race in the Tour. 8 winners in the first 8 races of the season. Can we make it 9 for 9? Well, we'll find out. In fact, it's going to be pretty tough because one of the winners is actually on the pole race event here, Jessica Shelton, in number 94, McDonald's Ford. She's on the pole after a solid third place run in North Wilkesboro. She is usually she's usually the queen of this racetrack as well. We'll see what happens here today. Beside her, Kev Shearer in car 36, the M&M's Pontiac. Second row, both these drivers carry in-car cameras today. Keith Batson in 88 and Joshua Osborne, who won that race at North Wilkesboro this season. Number 99, Dexter Byers SKF Ford. Shelton, by the way, was the winner at Atlanta, by the way, for those who don't know. Third row, it's the Dillons. Young in 2, Poteet in 22, and 2 on the outside. Going to the fourth row, it's 2 of the most iconic numbers of NASCAR. The Dale Earnhardt colors of Cole Deaver and the Kyle Matthews automobile with the Jeff Gordon colors. Deaver winner this season at Texas and Matthews winner this season at Richmond. And bear in mind, Matthews comes into this race with 2 straight second place finishes on the short track this season at Bristol and Martinsville. Going to the next row down, hits Kat Batson. In fact, she, like her husband Keith, also carries an in-car camera in her Texaco Haviland Ford. And she'll be alongside Chris Darlington, the winner this season at Darlington, in the Power Team Chevrolet car number 60. Next row down, Johnny Gardner, who came out fresh off a 4th place run at North Wilkesboro in the 25 Budweiser Chevy, and Joshua Collard in 43, the STP Pontiac, the race sponsor's car. Next row down, Charles Sanford in 42 and 11, Emmanuel Hartnett. Then it's Zachary Fitzwater in 66. He's on the outside of this row. Inside of this row is Jesse Turner in 75. Next row down, Seth Cole in 45 and Matt Haas, the winner at Rockingham in number 18. Next row down is Rob Evans in number 12, the Daytona 500 champion, and number 31, it is the car of Nathan Hudson alongside. Next row down has Henry Sanford in 55 and number 10, Mitchell Collins. Then it's Shane Lake in number 30, the Jimmy Dean Sausages Pontiac, and James Henry in 33, the Skull Bandit Chevy. Next row down has Paul Minnick in the number 77 Jasper Engines Federal Mogul Ford, and starting alongside of him will be number 97 John Deere Ford of Zach Winkle. Then it's Jordan Lopez in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6, and beside him will be Marcus Sachi in 21, the Citgo Ford. Next row down is Brandon Parker in number 20, the Home Depot Pontiac, and Phil Parker, number 5, the Kellogg's Cornflakes Chevrolet, fresh off a top 10 run at North Wilkesboro. Next row down has number 9, Sky Collins, who had a good run at Wilkesboro this season, and the number 9, Cartoon Network Ford, and beside him will be car number 16, the Prime Star Ford of Julius Anderson. Then it's number 90, Quentin Moore in the Hills Brothers Coffee Ford, and Alex Miller, number 71, the Team Real Tree Chevrolet. Next row down, Casey Nanico in number 7, the Phillips Chevrolet, and number 4, it is William Brock in the Kodak Film Chevrolet, car number 4. Next row down has number 44, Mike Becker in the Hot Wheels Pontiac, and number 40, Nathan Orman in the Coors Chevrolet. Then it's Jay Jefferson, number 1, the Pennzoil Chevrolet, and number 26, Betty Crocker Cheerios Ford of Ryan Brommer. Starting shotgun in the field will be Adam Flickinger, number 23, that wins the Team Winston Ford. So the field lined up for a total of 75 laps today on this 0.526 mile paperclip style racetrack of Martinsville Speedway. Here comes the man to fire him up for the STP 500.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Again, our in-car cameras today will be carried by both the Batsons, Keith and Kat, as well as Joshua Osborne. Those three will be carrying in-car cameras in today's event. All three of them Fords, as a matter of fact. Yeah, it's a pretty good idea to have for the season-ending Homestead 400. So the cars coming off going into turn number 3 here as pace car makes its way off pit road as the field lines up for the start of this race, and we are underway here at Martinsville Speedway. And what a jump Kev Shearer got in the 36 car! He snookered Shelton on that start. Here, you gotta feel sorry for the pole sitter in this case, because if this were a real NASCAR race, Shearer would have been black flagged on the start. But in NR, for some reason, they do not black flag you for jumping the start unless you're driving in the game, I think. So if that's the case, Shearer actually pulled this one off on the start of the race here. He just out snookered Shelton. So nonetheless, though, it's Shearer leading, Shelton second, third is Batson, fourth is Dylan Young, then fifth right now is Cole Deaver. Then Kat Batson running in sixth position as she gets by Joshua Osborne for that position. We talk about how much of an engine builder's nightmare tracks like Texas, Michigan, Atlanta, and Charlotte all are. Well, Martinsville can be the same way as well. As you're riding with Kat Batson, look at the RPM gauge. Up to about 9,500 in the turn number 1, and in turn number 3, excuse me, down to about maybe 5,400 in the middle of 3 and 4, and back up to about 9,500 in the middle of 1 and 2, and now she's down to about maybe 5,200 in the middle of 1 and 2. So basically, two things this track is hard on: engines and brakes. And I say those two things, guys. Well, you saw in the RPM gauge how much RPMs they turn at Martinsville, and Casey Nanico stalled on the track, and the yellow flag's flown for the first time here today on lap number 8. And there Casey Nanico sits as her car stalled in the middle of 1 and 2. Kev Shearer and Jessica Shelton both had to dodge out of the way. Well, I was going to say, as far as the engines and as far as the engines and the brakes are concerned at Martinsville, the engines, you saw in the RPM gauge on Kat Batson's car how much RPMs they turn on this track, and as far as they turn about maybe 9,000 to 9,500 in the end of the straightaway, and in turns 1 and 2 they have to. And going into the turn, they have to brake very hard for those turns, and of course that in turn, of course, is why this track, as we said, hard on brakes and engines. Of course, on short tracks, it can be the same way as well. See what happened to Casey Nanico, and it cost the first yellow flag to fly. They went through turns 1 and 2. Everything was going fine for her, and then all of a sudden the car just... Yeah, apparently I don't know if it's a blown engine or whatever. Nathan Orman just didn't know what the heck to do, and he just slams in the side of Nanico's car for some inexplicable reason, and now they go through, and look at them passing Nanico on both sides, doing a good job avoiding her for some reason. Well, obviously I know the reason being, of course, that they don't want to hit her. And there her car just lies stalled and just past the start finish line on the front stretch. So the field's finally gotten all straightened out there. Pace car on the track. We're on lap number 11 right now. The caution flag flying on the 8th lap of this race. Kev Shear's the leader. Jessica Shelton runs second. Third is now Keith Batson. Fourth is Dylan Young. Fifth is Cole Deaver. Sixth is right now Kat Batson. Johnny Gardner 7th. 8th is Joshua Osborne. 9th, Charles Samper. 10th position is now Jesse Turner. 11th is Seth Cole. 12th is Dylan Poteet. 13th, Kyle Matthews. 14th is Rob Evans. Then it's Chris Thornton 15th. 16th is Paul Minnick. 17th, Jordan Lopez. 18th, Zachary Fitzwater. 19th, Joshua Collard. And Emmanuel Hartnett right now runs in 20th position. And they counted Nanako's deal an accident, but I think she had a mechanical failure on that number 7 machine just before she got clipped by the 40 of Nathan Ormond. But anyway, the green flag's about to fly here. Kev Shear leads as we're set for green flag back out. Shear started outside pole. Shelton was the pole sitter for the event as they come off turn number 2. This time Kev gets no big jump on Shelton this time. But still leads the race here at Martinsville Speedway. Here, Batson in second position, or third position, excuse me. And Cole Deaver gets turned, and he gets turned by Dylan Young. Here, he'll take Osborne. And Dylan Young not happy with Cole Deaver at all. I know this is not going to end well. They're 3 wide in 3 and 4. I mean, Dylan Young basically Dylan Young and Cole Deaver basically pulled a Matt Kenseth Joey Logano deal right there in turns 1 and 2. That looks exactly like the Kenseth Logano deal. That looks exactly like it. Deaver is running in 4th position. Here comes Dylan Young to the inside. Deaver appeared to had Young cleared. And I think Deaver's car just simply lost it in the middle of 1 and 2. Made it look like Dylan Young turned him. And they get into each other, and Osborne comes right there, nowhere to go on the outside of Charles Samper. Osborne got collected for in this whole deal as well. Seth Cole and Kyle Matthews both stop, and actually Seth got a piece of it as well. Matthews sneaks underneath Osborne, and amazing how he didn't crash. And same with Poteet, and Dylan Young almost turned around into Poteet's car, and Young just... I thought there he was going to turn Deaver hard into the outside wall, and if he would have, I don't know if he would have taken Poteet or not. I mean, that would have been an innocent move, or that would have been an innocent deal on Poteet's part. There's going to be words in the garage area between the 2 and the 3 camps for sure. For sure, like I said, I'm sure Deaver is not happy with Dylan Young, and vice versa. Real time. So the pace car is about to duck off on the pit road again as they come off into turn number 3. Zach Winkle is in the inside of Kev Shear. He's not on the lead lap in that 97 machine. He'll come off turn number 4. Green flag back out again, and Shear gets a jump to try to keep from getting trapped on the outside of a lap car. Shelton gets trapped on the outside. Here comes Keith Batson to the low side. Battle for second place going on between the 94 and 88 cars, and Batson takes second place from Shelton as they come off turn number 2. Gardner looks to the low side. That's going to be third position right there. Gardner's going to take on Shelton as they come off into 3 and 4. And apparently Charles Sanford got turned way high off the second turn. He was running 7th. I'd like to see where he's at right now. And the yellow flag's flown for the 3rd time today already. And that dropped Charles back to 15th spot. So now we're going to try this again here at Martinsville. As I swore when we did a test race here, there was only 2 yellow flags and that was it. But if it happens to anybody, it's usually in my series when this happens. Charles Sanders running in 7th place when this all happened here. He went into turn number 1. And see what happened here. He got into turn number 1, went in there way hot in turn number 1, slides up the track and and pancakes the passenger side of the car in turn 3. Dollarton basically tells Charles to get it going here, and yeah. So 3 cars now trapped a lap down. That is Zach Winkle, Paul Minnick, and the 33 car James Henry. And not sure where the 97 and 33 cars are at right now, as far as where they're on the track. And there they are. They have caught behind the 97 machine. So Kev Shearer's fast lap race so far at over 99.5 miles an hour around Martinsville as the green flag flies. Once again, we're back underway here at Martinsville. And now lap driver's going to play a roll to the inside lane here. Here comes Batson to the inside of Kev Shearer off turn number 2. Not going to happen for those 2 drivers as they go to turns 3 and 4. Looks like Winkle's going to get a lap back possibly here in the 97 car, and he does. Are we under a caution again? Yep, looks like we are. And they're now crashing into each other now. And 97 car is going to get a lap back here, although Shearer passed him after the yellow flag flew. Well, what happened to cause the yellow flag this time here? I think it was the 23 car. I think. We're gonna look and see what happened here. Yep, it was the 12 and 71 cars that happened. Alex Miller and Ryan Brommer are battling for position. Miller looked like he was going to try to make his way on the pit road, looks like, and didn't see the 26 car was there in the turn number 3. And then right there, Julius Anderson did some heads-up driving, trying to keep from hitting the 26 car. And there's Evans Sands Hood in that 12 car, and he goes right into the 71 machine. So Alex Miller sitting on pit road in the 71 machine. That is the 4th caution flag of the afternoon at Martinsville Speedway. Record number of cautions in this race are 11. We had an 11 caution race in a fall race in Martinsville one season. And this could prove beneficial for Scheer if he can hold on. If those cautions keep flying, this could prove beneficial for him. This time, Kev wanted nothing to do with the lap traffic, and he gets by. Make sure you stay ahead of Paul Minnick on that start. Meantime, Keith Batson gets caught behind lap traffic here. Johnny Gardner. And he takes Batson out! There goes Fitzwater. He gets crashed. Minnick's crashed as... Oh my gosh. And that is caution number 5. And we're just on the 36th lap of this race. Actually, make that the 38th lap, excuse me. So let's take a look again as to what happened with Paul Minnick in the 77 car. It actually, for some reason, turned Henry Sanford. Well, Minnick drove it in turn number 1 too hot, just like we saw Charles Sanford do earlier. And there you see right there. Oh, and he just took Batson with him in an 88 car. Oh, my gosh. Like I said, I swear to you, we did a test race with this same combination and the same AI, and there was only 2 caution flags the whole race. And instead, we get a 5 caution. Instead, we get a wreck. Back at Martinsville Speedway, just you were joining us. The green flag flies back on lap number 43 here at Martinsville Speedway. Kev Scheer leads. Second is Jessica Shelton now. Third is Johnny Gardner. Joshua Card runs in 4th position, and I should make that. And look at William Brockton, a low side, 3 wide in the middle, for 2 rows deeper in the middle of 1 and 2. This is not going to work, guys. Gardner way up to the high side of the track here. Brock's to the low side. There's the lap cars of Brommer and Miller. And now, meantime, Dylan Poteet begins to roll on the inside lane. Something tells me we're not done with the wrecking just yet here at Martinsville Speedway here. And this, like I said, some of this is all playing into Kev Scheer's hands right now. And 36 car, as he is leading the race so far, he's led all 46 laps of this race so far. He'll go around and lead the 46th lap of this event. But again, Shelton's second, third is Johnny Gardner, fourth is Poteet, fifth is Collard, sixth is Cat Batson. In car 28, Sky Cummins is in 7th. 8th is Jesse Turner. 9th is Seth Cole. And Emmanuel Hartnett right now runs in 10th position, with Quentin Moore in 11th. And Charles Lambert, despite him being caught up in one of the earlier races, he's running 12th. Gets caught up on the high side on the outside of Mike Becker and Chris Dollerton. In the meantime, Cole Deaver caught behind Zach Winkle in the number 97 car. I don't know what's going on there. His car caught way up on the high side. He's going to stop right in front of Kev Scheer's car, I think. Not quite. So he slowed Scheer up big time. Now he's up on the high side. Here comes James Henry to the low side of the track. And who's Shelton going to follow in that 94 car? Is she going to follow the 36 or is she going to follow the 33? Up the high side of the track they go. Shelton's now going to go to the high side now as they come off turn number 4. and trying to shake off William Brock in the number 4 car. She wants to have a shot at Shear. Not going to happen right there at the moment, but Johnny Gardner's going to try to the low side now. And he's going to drop low on the track here, and let's see what happens here in the turn number 1. 53 laps in the books, and the yellow flag's flown once again at Martinsville. And that is caution number 6 flying here today. So that completes lap number 54, and we have lap number 53, excuse me, we have 22 to go. And Johnny Gardner did get past Shelton for second place, by the way. And the 33 car, James Henry, gets back on the lead lap. We're going to look and see what caused the yellow flag to fly. And I just saw the 20 car. It was Brandon Parker that was the cause of the yellow flag in the gummit. It was Brandon Parker in the 20 car. He was running 21st when this happened. And gets right into his teammate Matt Haas. So they're not going to be happy over it. Joe Gibbs racing over that one. Thought he was going to finally get a good green flag run in, but alas, it's not going to happen again. So James Henry, the last car on the lead lap now in the 33 machine, as Kev Shear getting held up by Zach Winkle, kind of helped the 33 car a bit. Now, if those rest of the cars want to have a shot at winning this race, though, they're going to hope that Shear gets caught with lap traffic again, and it's not going to happen again this time as he gets a good start on William Brock. '97 of Zach Winkle. He, by the way, was out with a piston failure on his machine. So all this versus is actually an engine problem on his number 97 John Deere Ford. We talked about 8 winners in the first race of the season. Kev Shear can make it 9 for 9 if he holds them all off here today, and that would be a good record to be up in jeopardy, which is perfect. I say 9 for 9 because the possibility of 10 for 10 could come at the longest and the fastest track on the tour at Talladega Super Speedway, which is next on the tour. And the yellow flag's flown. And I thought I heard somebody hitting the wall. Actually, it wasn't. James Henry and Shane Lake both on pit road, by the way. But Kev Shear continues to click off those laps. That was lap number 62. That was lap number 61 completed. We have now 14 to go. Jessica Shelton trying to get around Johnny Gardner for second place. And now Gardner and Poteet side by side, for third spot. Gardner slides up the track. Poteet goes low, and Poteet, who won the season at Bristol, showing off another good run here today in Martinsville. Joshua Coward and Sky Common side by side. That's for sixth place. No, actually, Sky Common's he's not on. Yeah, that is for fifth position. So Coward is in fifth, Common sixth, and now seventh position now belonging to Kat Batson. Eighth is Hartnett, ninth is Seth Cole, and 10th right now is Mike Becker. Then it's Nathan Ormond, Chris Dowerton, Jesse Turner, Quentin Moore, Mark Asachi running 15th, Kyle Matthews in 16th, 17th Charles Sanford, 18th Keith Batson, 19th is Nathan Hudson, and Mitchell Collins right now runs in 20th position. several of the cars actually who were up there got dropped way back. Joshua Osborne right now, who started top 10, he's running in 30th right now. And Cole Deaver off pace in 32nd. But right now, Kev Shearer knows he's got 8 laps to go at Martinsville Speedway, and he is up 2 seconds on Jessica Shelton right now. I'm sure Shelton's got to be fuming under that helmet, knowing she's going to possibly finish second to him. Unless something else wrong with Shearer's car in that last few laps, and there's a possibility of that possibly happening. He's now trying to pull up to the back of Cole Deaver's car, number 3. He's to the low side of Deaver as they come off turn number 4. Deaver tries to fight back on the outside. He's just going to let Kev Shearer go, so that's going to prove beneficial to the 36 machine. Shearer that time by completes lap number 70. We have 5 to go. Started this race in second position here, and that car's been on rails. Has led all 71 laps to this moment here, and Paul Minnick up ahead in the number 77 car. He's just going to move to the low side of the track here, get past him. Minnick right now running 37th in 37th position. He is currently 1 lap down. Make that 2 laps down, right? I should say. See some damage on the 77 car. That's kind of exposing part of the chassis on that car. White flag will be waving this time by for Kev Shearer in car number 36, the M&M's Pedigree Pontiac. Rounds for turn number 4. The white flag waves on this .526 mile racetrack. Started outside pole in this race here. Snookered Jessica Shelton on the start of the race, and it's going to pay off for him. Off to number 4 he comes, and he's going to do it. 9 winners in the first 9 races of the season. Kev Shearer wins the STP 500 at Martinsville. The pride of the state of Pennsylvania, Kev Shearer takes the victory here today. And what a victory that was for the 36 team as they dominate the day here. Jessica Shelton comes home second. Third will go to Dylan Potey, and I think I heard something happening on the on pit road. Maybe not. Anyway, second will go to Jessica Shelton. Third, Dylan Potey. Fourth will go to Joshua Collard. Johnny Gardner fifth. Sixth will go to Kat Batson. Then Sky Common seventh. Seth Cole eighth. Chris Stallworth ninth. And Mike Becker comes up with a top 10 finish, finishing in 10th position. Average speed after 6 caution periods here 63.371 miles per hour. And that is 9 races done on the season here, so 9 for 9 here in this first part of the season here. Can we make it 10 for 10 at Talladega? Well, that could be a 50-50 chance right there. I'm not sure. Emmanuel Hartnett matches his car number, finishing 11th in car number 11. Then it's Nathan Orman with a good run in 12th position. Jesse Turner 13th. Kyle Matthews 14th. Marcus Sachi 15th. And Nathan Hudson, Charles Sanford, Quentin Moore, Mitchell Collins, and Dylan Young, the top 20, excuse me. Keith Batson 21st. 22nd position will go to Jordan Lopez, Henry Sanford, Rob Evans, and Brandon Parker, the top 25. Then it's Jay Jefferson, Julius Anderson, Phil Parker, a disastrous 28th for him, still on the lead lap though. Matt Haas 29th, Joshua Osborne way down in 30th after his win at Wilkesboro. That's a disastrous outing for him at Martinsville for sure. Zachary Fitzwater was the last car on the lead lap in 31st, and William Brock, Ryan Brommer, Cole Deaver, James Henry, Shane Lake, Paul Minnick, Adam Flickinger, and Alex Miller, the top 39, the cars that finished the race. Zach Winkle was finished in 40th position with the piston failure, and then Casey Nanico, he actually had a mechanical failure at first and knocks him out of the race, though. But the clip with Nathan Orman kind of ruled him an accident, but I don't think it's an accident, to be honest, on the 7 machine. But after having not run this series in the last 2 seasons, what a comeback story it is for Kev Shearer as he takes the win in the STP 500, starts second, but leads all 75 laps in this race here. And I tell you what, I think Shelton's going to be one of the protests that start that Shearer pulled off too. I mean, Shearer, once that green flag flew, he just took off like John Force on that start of that race. I mean, he was gone. But anyway, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We have everything on the channel. We get inter races, gaming videos, whatever president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for his channel. And be sure to check out the Dorsell Cup Series, Budweiser All Pro Series, and the Marvel Studios Cup Series, also for the NNSCRA as well. And you will not regret checking those races out. Some of the best offline series are under the NNSCRA umbrella as well. So that will do it here at Martinsville Speedway. Congratulations again to Kev Shearer, the winner of the STP 500. For now, this is James Qualls, production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at Talladega.